Most introverts fail at self-improvement, and it's not because they're lazy, not because they lack that discipline, not because what reason you're thinking about, simply because they're just following the wrong strategy, right? It's like sheep following freaking sheep. It don't make no freaking sense. They're following people who's not them. They're following people who doesn't align with who they are, which eventually leads to them either quitting, giving up, same thing I know, or just kind of like pushing it to the next day, which means they essentially gonna quit or give up. Now, here's the truth. Introverts can become successful. They can be better. They can self-improve with these tips I'm going to give you. But to put it simply, you have to play the game differently than everyone else. And today, I'm going to give you some tips on how you can fix those things fast. But drop a comment below and let me know if self-improvement isn't working for you. Let's get into it. Now, most self-improvement advice is built for extroverts. For example, to tell you to go network more, which in a sense train you. They tell you to be more social, which not your style. If you haven't developed that part of you yet, I've developed it, but I still have my limitations to how far I can go when it comes to socializing with others. Or they just say, speak up in every meeting, which doesn't even make any sense. Because half of the time, you don't need to say anything because other people have the answers to the question that you even think about in your mind. The problem is that most introverts try to follow that blueprint of those I said above. But instead of growing, they bring themselves up to a point where they just don't want to do anything. Now, here's why those don't work. Me and you, we usually recharge better when we're alone. That means that forcing those extroverted behaviors every single day, like being social, going to meetings, freaking try to speak up every day, force those habits just kind of burn you out and it doesn't allow you to recharge. Next one, deep work is your strength, is our strength. What does that mean? Social distractions actually slow down mastery, meaning that let's say you're working on a project, but you try to talk to someone else to get their opinion on something. Whereas if you just simply did it yourself, put your head down, get into a deep work mindset, then you will finish it faster. Because that is our strength. And small talk kills our energy. Because me, myself, I do small talk as a way at times to kind of open up the conversation. Then I kind of people with a deeper topic if I want to. But that's just it. That's what kind of kills us pretty much. Now, I will say that you don't need to be an extrovert to improve. All you have to do is optimize how you naturally operate. And how do you do that? First, focus on strengths. Deeper. Use those structured times alone to master those skills that you're lacking on. Next one, written communication. I know for myself, because I have a kind of, I guess, speech problem. I had speech therapy growing up, so some words I kind of say differently. And because I'm from down south in Alabama. So for me, written communication is my best way in order to get my solution or to get my thoughts across in a more professional and understood and concise manner. Now, also, those one-on-one relationships are better for us because we tend to kind of work better talking to someone one-on-one than talking to a whole group. Like I said before, social skills is not for all of us, but it's easy to do if you just simply develop a set behaviors, to get something done. But let me know, comment the word introvert power if you're still here with me. But let's get into the next ones. Here is the next trap, and it's called something we love, which is like a plot twist to our growth, is isolation. Most introverts prefer to be alone, but it can also kill that growth. How, right? You have no accountability. You can't push yourself if you don't become part of a group or someone who can hold you accountable. You have no outside feedback, meaning that you stay in your comfort zone all the time. And you have no real challenges, which kind of negates your progress and allow you to not be able to adapt to those new challenges. Being alone help you think, yes, but growth happens through action. But how do you fix that, right? That first one is join a community that match your interests. For example, join a community that you don't need to talk much. Just kind of listen. That's why I made a community called the Cultural Growth for men like me and you. That second one is to set those small social challenges. That means not forcing those conversations. It's kind of easy in a way to kind of adopt a way of changing your behaviors. Meaning just ask one question in a meeting or try to find at least one person to compliment that day. And that last one is find an accountability partner. It could be a mentor, a group, or a weekly check-in with someone that you know. That's that, and this is exactly why I built the community called the Cultural Growth in the link in the description. It's for men like me and you who want to go, be better, and push ourselves to be beyond our limits and just be better dudes or women overall. The next one I want to kind of debunk is slow progress equal failure myth. Now, too many introverts quit self-improvement as well because they don't see fast results. People nowadays are so consumed with social media to a point where they kind of base their real life results off of that. Like, for example, kids making millions off TikTok. They think, why that's not me? Why can I not be me? That's why many quit. But here's the thing introverts are built for long term success. You're built for long term success. Your growth compounds over time, meaning while others kind of chase those quick wins like crypto, you chase skills. You chase learning how to actually understand the crypto market, the background behind it. Why is crypto even called crypto? How did that even become a thing? Why does it get distracted? Your focus on your goals, right on your goals every single day. Maybe you're journaling. Maybe you practice meditation. Something that helps you stay grounded. It helps you focus. While it's burnt out, you're still improving. Even when you're tired, even when you don't want to give up, you're still going. You're still pushing through. Shit fucking sucks. But yet, here you're still here, beating everyone else, winning over everyone else. Because you don't quit and you don't give up. Now, the real key to kind of overcome the slow growth equal failure myth is stick with the process. Stick with the routine. Even when the results are invisible, just stick to it. Because something with us, we have this thing in us called that dog. But it's called compound growth. Because the more you stick with something, the more that compound growth will eventually grow over time. Think about it. Introverts like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, you think they got rich overnight? No, they built skills over time, and they eventually the world knew who they were. And here's how you fix those problems. But before I get into it, I have the same thing. I have this thing in me they call the hedonic adaptation, where if I do something that's really hard for myself, I don't feel nothing once I actually get it. It's sort of a neutral feeling I get, like what's going to happen next, or what's the next game plan. But for me to overcome this, I tried these things. Now, I track small wins and I stick to it. I stick to tracking them because it kind of showed me, well, it shows me where I improved in. For example, you read 5 pages, track it. Lift it a little bit heavier now, track it. Freaking, you woke up on time, track it. Track everything you do. Helps you become better, helps you stack up those small wins. Also, try the 80-20 rule with your growth. What does that mean? Focus on a few habits 80% of the time. Things like deep work, reading, fitness, written communication. For me, I'm starting to get into writing because writing is better when it comes to get passing your ideas across and helping others understand what you mean than verbal language. It's weird, but it's not weird. It's different for me. It's challenging, but that's the reason why I love it because it's outside my comfort zone. But if you feel like you're behind others based on social media or whatever other metric you want to look at, don't worry about it. Stack those small wins and watch how the game changes. But What if I told you that we kind of have a secret advantage as introverts? I know I've been kind of a Debbie Downer or Debbie Doomer, however you said, this whole time, but we do have a secret advantage, right? We have a edge in self-improvement, which is contrary to what I said before. Our brain chemistry is just different. Instead of trying to strive to get that social approval, our brain is more sensitive. Our dopamine rewards, more systems are more sensitive, meaning that instead of striving to get that social approval, we strive for that skill mastery. We strive for that mastery in that domain. This means that once we get in our zone, once we, I guess, have the aura, as the young kids put it, about us, we crush everyone else. Because while they're referring to others or extroverts looking for that attention, we're just getting results. How do you do that? Right? That first one is create a distraction-free workplace, meaning turn your phone off, get your deep work session in, put your headphones in, your silent headphones. Like for me, I use AirPods, not just put on the noise canceling. Use that to your advantage. Next, leverage your introspection. Try journaling or meditate if you are to do that, or just simply lay back in your bed and just think. For me, I like to do this before I go to bed every night. Just think about things, my day, goals I have, what I want to do in life, my anti-vision, which I will get into another video. Just think and find a skill that you can dominate in, whether that's public speaking, sales, writing, finance, coding, whatever. For me, I'm trying to get into writing now because it's interesting and I'm starting to love it. But that's for me. Once you use your introvert strength the right way, no one can compete with you. Comment below and let me know if you're still here with me. Comment the word introvert edge, and I know that you stay here with me at this point in the video. Now, to kind of circle everything back around, most introverts fail because they, one, follow the wrong blueprint, two, isolate themselves, and three, expect quick results. But now you know how to avoid those traps. And the only question you may be asking now is, are you going to action? Drop a comment below letting me know what habit you think that you will adopt to make your journey better. And if you want to join like-minded individuals, click the link in the description to join the Cultural Growth Discord server. But thank you for listening and stay motivated.